you talked about Tyler Reddick and the wins that he's racked up. The point standings to me are fascinating in that regard. And maybe I'm getting ahead of ourselves here in terms of how we look at these first 7 races. But you look at the top four in points, and it's Tyler Reddick, Ryan Blaney, Denny Hamlin, Chase Elliott. All four are the only 4 drivers who have wins so far this season. To me, that tells me that the changes made in the offseason to the points format are working.
Yeah, completely. And, some of that is like Reddick, you mentioned the top 4. It really is like a top 1 and then the next 3 because Blaney is 82 points behind Reddick. And then there's like 22 points separating Blaney from Elliott, and then it goes down to Byron. But I think you make a great point that I think one of the reasons why we had the winning in is because we wanted to emphasize wins. We wanted to make it be the case that if you're a fan and you're watching and you've seen a guy win a lot of races, you want to feel like that's rewarded, and you want to align the incentives of driving also to be with like going for wins. Well, you could do that through winning in, but that has a lot of other downstream consequences, which we saw and dissected endlessly over the past 10 years. But you can also do this where you just give that 15-point bonus to relative to last year for winning each race. And that accomplishes a lot of the same stuff. We'll get into how it doesn't perfectly accomplish the same stuff, but I think maybe in a good way, but it gets you to the point where, like you said, the race winners are at the top of the standings. Yet also you get credit. It's not all or nothing. You get credit for performance in the week to week consistency as well. And in some ways, I don't want to, declare victory yet on this system. But I do think it is like it's done a good job, it seems so far, at threading that needle between not overrating consistency at the expense of excellence, but also giving you credit for being in victory lane consistently.
Totally agree.
If I may quickly, I think the win value has gone up, but as well as overall consistency, the value for both of them has truly, I think, gone up with the chase format. As Zach said, the top 4 are all having wins this season. But I think it's overall, you could see, a driver struggle. Like, they look at someone like Chase Briscoe, who could turn it around. And, he has a big points day Sunday, then he's back in the top 16. But I think a consistent season, like I was just saying, a quiet, consistent season, like a Bell is having, a William Byron is having, that's still going to pay value. But winning still, it's not just, all right, 1 win, then we could take 26, 25 races off. Like, Tyler Reddick is trying to win every race possible. So I still think with this format, I think it's been a total success because I think just the win value and consistency value has gone up.